was an amazing series editor, a famous documentary maker called Paul Watson, who I was fresh out of film school. And he'd say, put that shot next to that shot and you've really got something. And I'd say, yeah, but that was 2 different days. And he would look at me and he'd go, Simon, do you want the truth or a good film? And whenever I said I want both, he went, sorry, you can't do that. People would come up to you and go, are you lost? What are you doing? Mr. Bean, what are you doing? And I'd say, yeah, I'm completely lost. And they would take me through all these narrow streets. And on the way, I'd talk to them and we'd sit down and have a cup of tea and everyone would gather round and I'd ask them questions about what's the story. If I gave you a camera, which is something I ask people quite a lot, if I gave you a camera, what would you point it at? You have a responsibility to the facts of a situation. With 127 Hours, which is the story of a man who gets trapped in a canyon on his own, and a boulder falls on his arm and traps it, and after 5 days, he cuts it off with a multi-tool in a rather spectacular fashion. And he's very much alive, very much involved in the film, and I had a responsibility to the facts of his story. You have to hang out with the people, I think, because then it's brilliant, because they will come up with the most wonderful ways of phrasing things. I loved being in Bombay because they flip between English and Hindi in this wonderful way, and all sorts of rather archaic British expressions that have sort of died away here will pop up in the midst of sentences there. Narrative is a really seductive thing. Storytelling is very seductive, and it will take over. It always does, and it has to, that's the point. But story will always come first. It will always push its way to the front, as it should. That's the job of the storyteller.